Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli.
Okay, welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show. Tom Zapp with my partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli in Sarasota. Rico, where are you?
I'm in Sarasota. We used to train here, Red Sox in Ted Williams' day, and then we trained later on, and we had a team here. So I fell in love with the place. I mean, all of Florida, I love. But so we try to come in the winters if we're able to, and it's great.
Well, we are on the East Coast. We're up in the West Palm Beach area. Rick's in Sarasota. I brought this gentleman from New Jersey. John Taube from JT Sports is in my little home studio with me. And also joining us is our good friend, Jordon Gilroy from Lelands. We've got a lot to talk about today. Today, we're starting a really cool segment. We talked a little bit about it last week. It's going to run for 15 weeks. But let's bring in right now, Jordon Gilroy. How are you, bud?
Cold.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. What's the temp
but
there?
otherwise good.
Jordan, what's the temp there?
Probably 25 degrees, 26 degrees.
Yesterday it was 81 here. Right? Rico, how was it there yesterday? How was it there yesterday?
New Jersey.
He's in Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Jersey. Okay. Thank you. I'm cold. I don't know what the heck. You could be in California.
That's why Taube's here, by the way.
That's exactly right.
That's why Taube's here. All right, Jordan, you guys have been through a whole transition. You guys have now partnered with Steve Verkman and Clean Sweep. How's that all working out for you personally? Now, I know Heff's a good friend of ours. Hef has taken a step backwards. What has that meant for Jordon Gilroy?
I mean, it's kind of pretty much the same thing. We have an auction that opens in a month, and we had a auction run just after everything was announced. So everything is pretty much the exact same. There's nothing really, worse or better. It really, the whole team here is pretty much, hasn't skipped a beat, and it's the same exact flow of incoming material and getting stuff. So yeah, nothing's really changed.
What about additional? I mean, any of the Clean Sweep people come over to your side?
Not yet, no. Mostly because I think it's a hard transition to go from Long Island all the way to Jersey. That's like a big move, and it's not like the city to Jersey. It's like Long Island, so it's a far commute. So not yet. I don't think that would happen. And also the other way around, we haven't gone there, so everything has stayed the same.
So you're going to run both companies independently?
Yeah. Well, Steve does his thing there still. That's, his baby. And, he also has, his hand in Lelands, and we filter things both ways. So each person in each place, operates the best way possible.
Rico?
Well, no, I was going to say, the clients don't have to worry about anything, difficult happening. It's just the same, whatever have you done in the past for the auctions, it's the same way. So that's good. I mean, but the big question I have for both John, both guys, and Jordon, were you guys behind the drone situation in New Jersey? No.
No, Taube was. There's no doubt in my mind. What the hell was going on with all of that?
Hey, they still have they come up with a legitimate answer yet, Jordan? It's
I don't think-
planes, it's commercial.
Somehow I feel that Derek Grady is behind all of this,
It's ridiculous. It's
Scoping out
ridiculous.
consigners.
right? Hey, Jordan, the other thing is I'm getting a kick out of, I don't know, you're not a Facebook guy, right?
No.
All right. And Rico, you're not a Facebook guy either. But I got to tell you something. I have been enjoying Hef's post. Hef, he's a wrestling freak,
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
and he's got an amazing wrestling collection. So he's been posting his collection, great stuff that he's been posting
He's
on.
proud of it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Now, Jordan, there's a rumor circulating that Mr. Hefner is working on building a museum.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, I mean, you certainly could fill one at least or two. But you're right. I do follow the Facebook posts and see the one item a week thing. So I mean, at that rate, he could be posting for 15 years.
No, but he is. He's opening up a museum in a couple of years.
I can't understand something though. Wrestling. I mean,
Don't be knocking wrestling.
I'm not knocking it, but it's contrived. I mean, it's
right. But but the thing is, if you're a pure wrestling fanatic, like I happen to be, I haven't watched it in years, but I was. You accept it. It's nothing more than watching a movie. It's watching a movie. They're actors. They're good athletes. Some of them are great athletes.
Yep.
And you kind of have to anticipate what the outcome is going to be. And then every once in a while, someone breaks a back because they did something wrong.
I remember as a kid in Atlantic City Convention Hall,
that,
the Graham brothers.
I don't remember that.
Graham.
Oh, Graham.
Graham.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
go up and he's standing in the corner and I ask him for his autograph.
He tells you to take a hike.
No, he grunts. He grunts and signs an X in my autograph book.
Wow.
Gotta love it.
Guys,
Crazy Luke Graham.
about the new year. We're early in the new year. What's your expectations? New president and all that. We're talking, I'm thinking economy and all that. Is any concerns you have, or is there, something to look forward to, let's say? Either one of you or both of you.
No, Jordan. I want Jordan to answer.
Yeah.
I mean, this hobby has pretty much been immune to anything, really. I mean, it even thrived when the country was going through like the worst possible time. So people still collect, and even if the economy goes down, people still have the urge to be happy and buy back their childhood, nostalgia, and all that stuff. So there'll still be a flow of people buying. But I mean, I don't know the economy, and I don't really follow politics all too much, so I can't really see it affecting it that much. But who knows? I mean, it's all a mystery.
No, I agree with you, Jordan. Hey, Jordan, let's talk about, when does the auction start? Have you guys
February 23rd.
And how long is it going to run?
3 weeks.
You got some good pieces in that.
Yeah, some PSA things. We just got back like a 52 Topps pack. This really rare Michael Jordan autograph card that I love.
Really? There's a rumor circulating that you have a really cool Willie Mays signed exhibit. I always get it
great
wrong.
guy.
I'm sorry. I got to give myself a plug.
You got to plug it. Yeah.
Piece.
Right?
Nice piece.
Thank you, Joe.
The best.
Thank you very much.
Lot one.
Right. I think it should be lot one, but I tried to argue that point, but for some reason it's like in the last 3 pages of the book. But
no, it'll be in the beginning.
I'm teasing. Plus I had I gave you a bunch of those programs too, right?
Yeah, Red Sox. Yeah.
So there was a memory lane auction, and Thomas Sulo talked me into bidding on
Joe.
He talked me into bidding on someone had one program for every year that the Red Sox existed.
Okay.
Great. Starting with 1903 right through 2021. So
sold as a set.
Okay. So I got this big thing delivered to my house, right? And I got to tell you something. I auctioned off. I said to Thomas Sulo, I said, Joe, you got to take some of these real old ones. It was unbelievable. The first 20 got all my money back.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. So I have 80 left that it's like, whatever. Jordan's got some. You get the ones from the 50s or 60s. I don't even remember. The only ones I kept was Petrocelli, Rico, thanks to you, I gave Rico all of the programs through that from his career from 1960. What, Rico? 62,
3.
63
Yeah.
through 76,
Yes.
and I had Rico sign every one.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm keeping those. Those are for my personal collection, Rico.
Wow. Jeez. Did you get a commission on these?
Good. All right, Jordan. So when is it start and end again?
February 23rd on a Sunday, and then it ends 3 Saturdays after that.
All right, brother. We love talking to you.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, stay warm.
Yeah, we will. Say hi to everyone.
See you,
Will
Jordan.
do.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Jordon Gilroy from Lelands. Good job. Good job. All right. So listen, we've got a lot to talk about. Mr. Taube's in the house. We're going to talk to John a little bit. Then after the break, we're going to launch our new segment called the Great American AI Baseball Tournament. We're going to talk about it a little later on, but this is going to be a fun project, man.
Sounds fun.
Game one, and we're going to hit the results of today. Game one, the 1927 Yankees versus the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. We're going to see who won. But let's get to John. John, new website, I noticed, right?
Couple of things, yes. Revised.
Very nice.
Yep.
Actually, it's a lot easier to navigate.
Yes.
John,
Yes.
but I want to talk about the
What is it?
Huh?
What is the website?
Oh, yeah, good point.
GameUsedBats.com.
Game used bats. Okay.
.com.
Used bat because it's a great site. The other one was terrific too.
You know, I got a question regarding your 25-step authentication. I
Okay.
mean, that's really involved. You don't have to take us through all 25 steps, but every bat goes through that.
You have to, yes, you have to look at every bat. It's not, it's not an autograph authentication or something that you can look at and, make a decision. You've got to really look at all aspects of the bat, the condition, the use, manufacturer, etc. And it totals out to about a 25-point process.
Tell Rico what you told me at the time you bought the bat, the Yankees bat. It was the highest paid. What year was that?
Oh gosh, that had to be 1989, something like that. It was a show in Atlantic City, and bought the bat from a dealer, and it was $3,300
$3,300 for a gamer, right?
for a gamer.
What year?
1968,
A 68 gamer for
Final year.
$3,300.
3,300, and I actually bought one at the show for $1,390.
Well, like everything's changed. I mean,
That's correct.
Rick, how many bats do you have? Do you have any? Seriously, in your house?
yeah, my bats.
You gave them all to the kids, right?
Ted Williams signed bat. I have. That's it. I'm trying.
And you get and all your bats you gave to your kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
you-
the foreign World Series bats. Yeah, I think I might have a couple left, but I'm not sure. Well, they're gonna get it anyway, so I figured. Go ahead.
Can you leave me something?
I will. In my will, I'm going to leave you a bat, a flying bat.
No. Leave me the bat that you have with the hole in it. The one when you went 0 for 32.
All right.
Rico, the World Series bat, the Red Sox, pretty rare.
That's true. Jeez.
You know something, Rico? That was a shot. He just threw us a shot. You do realize that, right?
Pretty rare.
That it was pretty rare. You know,
Hey, I'm going to talk to my kids and get them back.
But I have two of your bats, Rico.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. You have that one that's like
38,
out.
38 inches.
What the hell were you doing with a 38-inch bat?
I tried. Hey, listen, you try everything.
How did you do with it?
That thing was ridiculous. I was thinking of cutting the meat part off so it'd be lighter. I said, nah, the heck with it.
Would you use it once?
Oh, no, a few times.
Yeah. It's got very nice use.
Go to right field a little bit, but just trying stuff.
So what did you use typically? A 36?
No, I used the
28?
35.
34 in the beginning of the season, 34-pound ounce, I should say. So when it became August, we went down, another ounce. And as long as the wood was good, like the less ounces you have, the wood is not as strong, so you had to check them out. So you don't want to go too light.
John, is it typical that, I mean, obviously you're the bat expert, do you have bats from players that were a little heavier at the beginning of the season, and then as the season goes on, they lighten up a little bit?
Yeah.
Was that typical?
Well, you can't say it was typical, but it was, practice with MLB players, depending on the player. And Frank Robinson went a step further, and he talked about his hands. His hands would swell as the season went on when he got into August, and he would use a little thinner handle.
Really?
Yeah, by the end of the season, his same model, but with a little thinner.
Well, Rico, you used a U1? Is that what you used?
Well, yeah, I used the U1 when I hit the 40 home runs.
I mean, but were you consistent through the season with the same weight, pretty much?
Pretty much the same. I just felt great. How about Tony Gwynn, John? Geez,
Yeah.
42 length bat or something like that. Very short.
Very short, 33, and then he would cup the end, make it even shorter, like 32, 3/4.
What a hitter he was.
30, 31 ounces, but beautiful bats. He was the last player to have his bats hand turned by Louisville Slugger.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. And just beautiful, wide grain, really straight, wide grain, flame tempered, beautiful bats.
Rico, you had a lot of experience with Ted Williams. You knew him very well. I hear stories about that Ted could actually tell if the bat was off just whatever, a half ounce.
Yep.
Was that true?
That's true. That's true. Very true.
Because Williams was a guy who studied everything, the ball, the curveball, why it curves and all that. And the bats, he would go to Hilrick and HB and talk to them about the bat. Learn as much as he was amazing. Very bright guy.
Did he ever give you any, all kidding aside, I know, did he ever give you some tips, some good batting tips that you really stuck with?
Well, no, but golf tips. He said, play some golf and baseball. No. Yeah, he gave us all great tips, but he was so detail oriented that he would say, well, if this ball's an inch off the plate, the first one, take it.
Right.
Oh, an inch off the plate? Sure, Ted. Yeah, like I know.
Rico, you hear a lot about Ted, and he and the press didn't get along that well. But let me ask you a question. In the clubhouse, how was he with the team? What was he outgoing? Was he helpful?
Helpful.
What kind of a teammate was he?
All you had to do, John, is go up to him and say, Ted, could you check this with me? And not only that, it would be a half hour. He would get into every possible, whatever problem you were having. And he was great. Bobby Dorr said, Ted helped him tremendously. Getting into a slump and all that, Bobby was a right-handed hitter. But Ted loved to do that. In fact, there were complaints from the Red Sox that he would talk because they would come over to him, the opposite, and he's talking hitting, and he's, you got to do this. And they go, what are you doing, Ted? I beat these guys. He couldn't help it.
Can you imagine him like at spring training talking to a bunch of rookies? They must have crapped their pants.
Jaws on the ground.
Right?
It's thrilling. I mean, he was
would he yell at rookies?
No, not in a bad way, but he'd say, he'd say you swung at a certain thing, you kept doing it, and he goes, loud as anything. Hey, I don't want to say swear, but he would, now, you got to do this. Okay, and you're in the cage, your knees are knocked.
All right, listen. John's in the house. We got a lot to talk about. Rico's in the house. John, I do have one question before we take a break. Ohtani bats, have they skyrocketed now?
Yes. Yeah, he's at the top of the heap right now. There's no question. His bats, oh boy, depending on, what he did with it, if there's a home run, these bats start regular season gamer, say 25, 30,000 bucks,
serious?
and then they just climb. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Tremendously popular player.
Rick, what?
We'll go out to California, and then when he throws the bat after a hit, we'll
We'll grab him. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. John's in the house. Rico's in the house. Rico's in Sarasota. We're in Palm Beach. When we come back, we are going to launch our new segment, the Great American AI Baseball Tournament, created, by the way, by Danny, the baseball savant. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Golden Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldenauctions.com. That's golden with an I. We at Golden Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldenauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Golden Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectables Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back, and guess what, guys? It is time for the great AI GAX baseball tournament brought to us each week by our good friend Paul Borges and the staff at PB Collectables, your neighborhood card shop. Go to pbcollectables.com to purchase that special vintage card that you have been looking for. I'm really excited about this. Rico and I talked about it in JM. So I went to, and I'm going to give you guys the preface now, but every week I'm not going to go through it all. You're going to have to catch on. I went to my son-in-law, Danny, who is one of those geeks. He's like one of these freak geeks.
That geek.
Yeah, San Francisco guy.
Okay.
AI expert. And I said to him, look, I have a question. With your AI stuff, ask them who the 16 greatest baseball teams of all time are. He says, well, there's a lot of information that goes in there. So he throws the information out, spits it out in 20 minutes. So what we decided to do is we are going to stage a mock tournament every week, one game. The greatest 16 teams, we have them in seeds by AI. And so the number one seed is going to play the 16 seed, 2 is going to play 15, et cetera, et cetera. So our first game, and let's go through the teams real quick. And Chrissy's posting this. She'll post this on so you can look at them. But real quickly, the number one seed, the 1927 New York Yankees. The number 2, 1906 Chicago Cubs. Number 3, the Big Red Machine. Number 4, the 98 New York Yankees. Number 5, the 2001 Seattle Mariners. Number 6, the 1939 Yankees. That was a good team with Garrett. Number 7, the 1961 Yankees. Too many Yankee teams. Number 8, the 1984 Detroit Tigers. Number 9, the 1919 Chicago Black Sox. Number 10, our 2004 Boston Red Sox.
It's rigged. That's going to be the winner. I can tell you already.
Number 11,
for Red Sox.
The 1942 St. Louis Cardinals. Number 12, the 86 Mets. 13, the 95 Atlanta Braves. 14, the 1970 Baltimore Orioles. Number 15, the 29 Philadelphia. That was a good team. The Philadelphia A's with Jimmy Fox. And number 16, the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. Now, I don't disagree with these picks. I looked at like the top 20. I think the 2018 Red Sox are in there, Rico. But I like these picks. I think they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our first game, the 1927 Yankees faced the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. In this battle of baseball legends, the vaunted 27 Yankees, often hailed as the greatest team in MLB history, squared off against the scrappy 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers, a team defined by speed, defense, and timely hitting. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Murderers Row, Jackie Robinson, Duke Snider, Roy Campanella, some great players. And by the way, Chrissy's posting images of the players that played in the game, all that good stuff. Starting pitchers, the Yankees, Wade Hoyt.
Mm-hmm.
He was 22-7 that year with a 2.63 earned run average. And for the Dodgers, Don Newcomb, 20-5, 3.20 in 1955. Rico, you were a big Dodgers fan, right?
Dodgers, yeah, Yankees too, because most of my family were, Yankee fans. I have 4 brothers, 2 sisters, and cousins and all that, and they loved the Yankees. But I used to love the Dodgers because it was a small stadium, and they got exciting guys, Pee Wee Reese, But the Yankees were, I mean, they were awesome. The Mantle and all those guys. So. But the 55 team, yeah, I was a kid.
That was before your time and my time. I mean, I was in 55, I was like 3.
Right.
And you weren't even born, right?
No, I was 2.
You were 2.
I was 2.
Oh. So he's only a year younger than me, Rico.
Well, yeah, you guys are young guys.
I mean, but realistically,
nice.
he really does look 20 years older than me. I just,
Well, no, you look both bit distinguished. Yeah. Anyway, the 55 Dodgers were very exciting.
Team. As were the 27
Good
Yankees.
team, but
so
not but the Yankees.
AI, the way they described them, AI says greatest, and scrappy.
Yeah,
I think that sums it up.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. All right, the results. You ready? First inning. I'm not going to give every inning. I'm going to give every couple of innings. In the first inning, the Yankees strike first. The Yankees wasted no time asserting themselves. Earl Coombs led off with a sharp single to left after a Tony Lazzari flyout. Babe Ruth stepped up to the plate, and what does he do? He crushed a fastball deep into the right field stands for a 2-0 Yankee lead. Bambino takes one out of the ballpark. The crowd erupted as Ruth rounded the bases with his trademark swagger. So the score after the first inning, 27 Yankees, 2, 55 Dodgers, zip. Now let's going to skip to the third inning. The Dodgers' speed and small ball came alive in the third inning. Jackie Robinson doubled into left field center gap and stole third on the next pitch. Pee Wee Reese drove Robinson home with a single, cutting the lead to 2-1. After a Duke Snyder walk, Roy Campanella lined a single to center, scoring Reese and tying the game. After the third inning, Yankees 2, Dodgers 2.
Can't be tough.
Fifth inning, Yankees power reigns. The Yankees' murderer's row showcased its might in the fifth inning. Tony Lazzari hit a ground rule double, and Babe Ruth walked to set the stage for Lou Gehrig. On the first pitch, Gehrig launched a towering 3-run homer into the upper deck in right field. Yankee Stadium shook as the Bombers reclaimed the lead. So after the fifth inning, Yankees 5, Dodgers 2. Seventh inning, Dodgers rally.
Scrappy.
The Dodgers refused to go quietly. Kyle Furillo singled, Jackie Robinson worked a walk, and Pee Wee Reese hit a bloop single to load the bases. Duke Snyder followed with a bases-clearing double to left center, tying the game at 5-5. Wade Hoyt was pulled for reliever Wilcie Moore, who retired Campanella to escape further damage. After seventh inning, Yankees 5, Dodgers 5. Eighth inning.
Where was this? Excuse me, Tom. Which stadium was this?
Yankee Stadium.
Oh, it's in Yankee Stadium. Okay.
Yeah. Eighth inning. Babe Ruth breaks the tie. Facing reliever Clem Labine, Babe Ruth came up. Babe Ruth came up with 1 out in the eighth. After fouling off 2 tough pitches, Ruth connected on a curveball, sending it soaring over the center field wall for his second homer of the game.
Yes.
The Yankees added an insurance run when Gehrig doubled and scored on a Lazzari single. Score after the eighth inning. Yankees 7, Dodgers 5. Ninth inning. Let's see what the Dodgers do. Yeah. The Dodgers made it interesting in the ninth. Kyle Furillo led off with a solo home run to cut the Yankees' lead to 7-6. Jackie Robinson singled and advanced to second on a wild pitch, putting the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. Wilcie Moore bore down, striking out Reese and inducing a ground out from Duke Snyder to end the game. Final score, Yankees 7, Dodgers 6. Babe Ruth 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. Gehrig 3 for 4 with 1 home run, a double, and 3 ribbies. Wade Hoyt 6.5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, but Wilcie Moore got the win. Jackie Robinson 2 for 4. Duke Snyder 1 for 3. Kyle Furillo 2 for 4. So I'm not going to go into a post-game analysis other than after the first round, the 1927 Yankees continue on, and the 1955 Dodgers, they're out. What do you think, Rick?
Well, let me just say this, that Yankee Stadium was very bad for the Dodgers. Left field was 401 feet. Center field was 463 or something like that. And, of course, the short porch and right.
Yeah.
So that would be an advantage for Duke Snyder and the lefties. But that was a big difference.
Was 296.
Was
296 down the line.
296 down the line.
Down the line.
The
It's short, but the Dodgers, and I think that's the series where the first, what's his name? Oh, darn it. Excuse me. I'm obviously forgetting for stuff, but Gil Hodges went into a slump, right? Didn't they pray for him? All the Catholic churches prayed for him. Yeah. And he got out of it. He had trouble with the breaking ball, but then he started looking for it. But anyway, Ebbets Field was like a Fenway Park, but maybe even better than Fenway, because right center field, Fenway's 420. And Dodger Stadium was 296 or 293 to center. Then they had that big right field fence. So, like Fenway, that type of thing. But it helped them better. But, of course, the Yankees,
yeah,
they're good. That 2017.
Now, next week, we have a real interesting matchup. The number 2 seed, 1906 Chicago Cubs. And John, you saw their roster.
Unbelievable.
Their pitching staff was absolutely incredible. 1906 Chicago Cubs versus the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. That's Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove,
Al Simmons, Chuck Klein.
It's a hell of
What
a
year was
team.
that? What year was that?
29.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember.
So the next week, the 1906 Chicago Cubs versus the 29 Philadelphia Athletics.
John.
I'm really curious to see who wins that game.
Yeah, John will be with you, and that's great, good idea.
No,
Tom. Nice,
listen,
I like that.
It's more or less
fun.
Listen, we know that, and you've said it 1,000 times, Rico, John. You've said it. You can't really compare like the 1906 team versus a 1965 team or whatever.
Okay,
you just. But I think it's kind of cool. Because the way my son-in-law Danny explained it to me, they really take every bit of information that's out there and they throw it in, and it spits out. So again, it's more for discussion purposes. Let's put it that way.
Well, no, it's good because even though now I'm thinking after you went through that, the younger people watching and listening, they say, "Well, geez, in 1906," but once you start bringing the names out, there's a lot of familiar names, and that little play-by-play, with what was happening, I love that. That was really
and we're not going to break it down by every inning,
no,
just the highlights, highlight. And it's funny because my son-in-law, my grandson Johnny was on a couple of weeks ago on the Christmas show, and we started talking about this, and he asked me, which I did. He didn't know anything about he's 10 years old. He didn't know anything about the 27 Yankees. I said, look it up. And he said, oh my, obviously he's heard of Babe Ruth, heard of Lou Gehrig. He never heard of Tony Lazzeri, never heard of Earl Combs.
Bill Dickey. Was Bill Dickey there?
No, Bill Dickey was not on that team.
He was not on it. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Anyway,
excellent.
So next week, we'll see what the results are of next week's show.
Right.
John, I did want to ask you a question about repairing bats. People collect bats. A bat is cracked or it's damaged. They'll bring them in to do repairs. My question to you is, are they better off not having the bat repaired?
Depends on the collector.
Really?
I guess the hobby has dictated that they prefer, if a collector is looking at a cracked bat and an uncracked bat, they prefer an uncracked bat. By repairing it, what it allows you to do is, with game used bats, people like to pick them up. They like to swing them. They handle them. It really reestablishes the integrity of the wood, and it's also the eye appeal, because some bats, they look they got a big pop up crack on the handle or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, when our restorer is finished with them, you really can't even tell that they're cracked.
And do you do the same thing with gloves? Can you restore gloves?
Gloves can be restored. They can be relaced. They can have a new web, you know, put in. Do you ever have that done, Rico? Do you ever relace a glove?
Relace it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we used to do it because they would break. The lace would break, and you'd have the fingers.
And when you
like
played, how often did an infielder or not so much an outfielder, but how often and how long did you use the gloves?
Years and years and years. You know about Brooks Robinson. Used the same glove for what, 23 years or something? Yeah.
So Rico, the glove that you showed me that you have, the shortstop glove, was that your? Did you
third base?
That's your third base glove.
A2000. That was I used that 5 years at third.
And what happened to your shortstop glove?
I don't know. I might have given it to one of my grandkids. I don't know, but I'll check it and get it back from him. I'll beat him up and the hell no.
How long did you use your shortstop glove for? Your whole career, or did you use a couple of different gloves?
My whole career. Just rewired it. You know, it would break. When we first came out, John, the webbing was not solid. You know, was the stripe. It was the what do you call it? Laces going back and forth.
Yeah,
and those things after a while
they'd wear out.
Oh, they break and stuff. So you had to. And then they finally put the solid webs in there.
What about your third base glove? How long? First of all, where did you get that thing? Did someone loan it to you, or did you buy it?
No, I got it from the. And those days, the manufacturers, the reps used to come around. Whoever signed with Wilson, Spalding, or others, that rep would come around. The guy would be able to pick out one glove, possibly two.
Another freebie. Another
freebie. Well, yeah, I know. With our salaries, with our millions, I know. But so I picked it when I moved over to third. I picked third base glove, A2000. Most third basemen used, and broke it in, and I still have it. Yeah, it's nice.
How many gloves did you have, Rico? Did you have a backup glove or two?
Yeah, we did. I did. Yeah. I especially at shortstop. I don't know why, because I always fixed it when it tore or something. But it never tore inside, you know what I mean? But once it does that, I mean, you might as well.
But Rico, did you ever, because I know the laces used to break a lot, did you ever commit an error that, I mean, wasn't your fault, but that the ball,
broke.
You went to field the ball and it broke?
Yeah, line drive. Bang, I forget who it was. It hit, the string goes like that across, and it went here and bang, right through it.
Right through the glove.
Yeah, right through it.
And now is that an error? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Error and a new glove company.
Oh, nice.
No, just say it.
Hey, John, how important now is photo matching?
Oh, I don't want to say it's essential, but it is getting there. I mean, it's getting to a point where many collectors start questioning the material. They'll question a glove. They'll question a bat or a jersey if they can't find a photo match.
So is it relatively easy?
Oh, yeah.
Is it relatively I'm not saying, I know it's a lot of work, but is it possible to photo match most of the stuff that's out there?
Well, when you get into photo matching, you have to draw a line, between the digital era, computers, Getty Images, some of these new photo services, late 90s, beginning of 2000 is when you start seeing a wealth of photography available on the internet. When you start getting into vintage, in the 60s, 70s, and earlier, it's very difficult because the quality of the image that you're looking at and trying to match is not going to be as pure and clear, as a digital image.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Listen, before we take a break, you do extensive work for PSA.
We try to.
And that's a big part of your business because, quite frankly, they need you. And so, I mean, do you have to go out there to California much, or do they send the stuff to you in Jersey?
No, we get, I would say the large majority of the material that we authenticate comes in the front door. It is shipped to us.
Oh, that's good.
And that can be by the auction companies. We get a lot of packages from PSA in California. And then, several times a year, we'll do trips where we'll go to the headquarters at PSA and we'll take submissions on site. We just did that in Chicago. We do that every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you have, I mean, you can't do it all yourself. I mean, do you have other people?
Well, I do the actual authentication work myself, yes. And then we have a staff that produces the letters of authenticity from my worksheets.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We have one more segment. Rico's in the house, John's in the house, Tom is in the house. When we come back, we're going to do an on deck with Rico. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Okay, we are back, and it is time for our segment, On Deck with Rico, brought to you by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to robertedwardauctions.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service. All right, Rico, this was submitted by Fred Hilton.
Oh, of the Hilton hotels?
No, of Hilton's. Ready? Hilton's Oil Company. He's the guy that delivers my heating oil. That's the truth. That's the truth. He wanted to ask a question. Yeah, he was delivering oil at my house about 2 weeks ago, and I was out there because I've known Freddie for 40 years, and we were shooting the breeze. Hey, ask him this question. So I'm going to ask it to you. Okay, Fred. What pitcher did you have? And I've never asked you this question. What pitcher did you have the most success against?
Wow, there were many. I'm trying to think of. I mentioned Stottlemyre. I had pretty good success against Mel, but geez, not many pitchers that like was consistent. You know what I mean? If you hit. Mel was a class guy, but some pitchers, if you really hit hard, I mean, bang, home run, come in, hitting the ball all over the place, you were going down. You were going down for sure.
Really?
And, so there weren't that many pitchers, who you had that much success with.
I'll tell you.
But Stan Williams was, he had heavy ball. This thing was like iron. It was like a shot put. And he hit you. Oh, God. I mean, you get a hit off him sometime, and he just bang in the back or something. But I hit him pretty good. I remember hitting a game-winning walk-off job at Fenway. but and maybe a couple other guys I just can't think offhand. My first couple of hits. Well,
how about a knuckleballer? Did you you faced
Hoyt Wilhelm?
Hoyt Wilhelm. I mean, you used to eat him for lunch.
Not really. He didn't, he was a relief pitcher at that time, but I had a home run off him first time I faced him my rookie year for 65.
He didn't like that.
Oh, he didn't like that. He was swearing at me all around the bases.
Did you hit a knuckleball?
No, hey, 3-2, all knuckleball. 3-2 up to 3-2. 3-2, here comes a fastball like 70 miles an hour. Bam, I hit it up there. I said, I hit a home run. I'm running around the bases like this, and he's going, you son of a bitch, you'll never see a fastball again in your life from me. Mr. Wilhelm, I'm just happy to write it.
We're chatting with Rico. We're chatting with John. Rick, why don't you tell our audience about this? This is going to be interesting.
Well, let me get this.
How about our good friend Tom Rugy?
Hold on.
Yeah, I told you this is going to be classic. Because number one, let me tell you, I'm going to give him the backstory. So he forgot to print this off. So now
the printer didn't work.
You didn't print it though, right?
No.
All right, he's going to read this off of his phone.
Okay.
Where the hell is it? First, I got to find. Come on, wait.
I told you. Did I tell you?
This is
where the hell? Where'd you do it again?
I sent it to you.
Email, right?
I'm not bailing you out. I have it, but I'm not bailing you out. Mr. Rugy wants Rico Petrocelli to do the live read.
Let me go. This is okay. I think no. Folks, John's I got John's stuff. Listen, I'll be right back.
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds, and I'm going to
wait a second. No,
I sent it to you this morning.
I know. I forgot where it is. Hold it. Let me get. I'm going to get my phone. I know I have it on the phone. Let's see where.
You understand?
No, let's see where I have it.
Hurry up.
You send it by phone, right?
I'm going to read it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. I want to talk to you about our friend Tom Rugy and the staff at Destiny Wealth Management. Now I have to ad-lib this. If you're a card or memorabilia collector, have you ever thought about how to manage your collection long-term? Well, I certainly have. Now, this is Rico talking. So I certainly have. I look at my personal collection, and through the advice and expertise of Tom Rugy, have learned that you need a professional to help categorize, evaluate, and eventually put a liquidation plan together with dealers or auctioneers if you or your family decides to sell your collection. Most importantly, you need to be aware of the tax ramifications when you liquidate too late. Although Zap and JM, remember this is Rico, have begged me to include them
when it comes to together. When it comes to depart with my 40th home run ball or my 67 World Series glove, I'm going to Tom Rugy and the Wealth Management Group. And don't forget, Rugy Wealth Management will also handle all of your investment needs. That's Rugy Wealth Management, the go-to company to manage your collectible decisions. And I found that's why I did that, Tom, because so everybody knows I found it. Okay. I'm done.
But we're doing an event with Tom later on in March up at the Villages with Red Sox Nation, and Michael Osaki.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael's going to be with us. He's going to do some appraisals there. Rico's going to speak. We're going to sell some books. Tom's going to talk to him. It's Red Sox Nation. You know how many members of Red Sox Nation we're going to be speaking to, Rico?
Well, last time I was there was 1,000.
Yeah.
We're 1,000.
It looks like we're going to have to possibly do 2 shows of 500 each, because that's what happened last time, if you recall. I'm not paying you. Forget it. They're paying you. This is the difference. No,
I'm on Social Security.
This is the difference. Okay, this is the difference, John. And I need a little help here. He's got his pension from the Red Sox. He's got all of these signing gigs, right? That he does. Now we're going up to the Villages, right? Ellen and I,
the Village
up in Orlando.
Yep.
Ellen and I, we have to stay at my brother-in-law's house, because the cheapskates won't put us up in a hotel. No, I'm only kidding. We're staying there anyways. Now, they put Rico and Elsie up in a 5-star hotel.
Hilton, Marriott.
Right? Plus, he gets paid to speak.
Little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, how does Tom get paid? Tom has to hustle books. Tom has to sit there and beg people to buy a book that he and Ellen wrote.
Well, Rico's a celebrity. I mean,
Well, no, he was going there anyway, John. He see his in-laws, so don't let him belong. If I wasn't going there, but he's my agent, by the way. I'm still waiting for him to book me on something.
I got you a gig.
I know.
What are you
I'm
talking about?
We're just kidding.
By the way, I don't know. You don't do the Boston shows, right?
no, we don't.
Oh, because what's his name? Vinny. Vinny, he's a good guy. Belinsky just bought, he bought a lot of the shows. He bought the shows from Brian Coppola and Jimmy Ryan. And he's adding a third Boston show in the middle of June up at the Shriner. So that's going to be interesting. All right, listen, we have about 2 more minutes. John, your website, man, phenomenal.
Where'd you like it?
It really is. And what is it?
GameUseBats.com.
GameUseBats.com.
I love bats. I love, Ted Williams used to squeeze that thing when he was explaining it. You could smell the fire. It was, I swear.
Well, hold on though. And you used to use a lot of pine tar, right?
Yeah, right.
You know what he used to do? You know what he told me he used to do? His wife loves the smell of pine tar, right? So after the game, he would take a shower.
Is this going to be cover or what?
He would cover himself in pine tar and go home.
That's why we had 4 kids.
All right, Rick. We love you, brother.
Great, John. It was great to see you. Love watching you. Love talking with you.
I'll talk to you during the week. To our viewers and listeners, don't forget next week we're gonna have the second game. I don't even know who's playing in the second game. Oh, yes, I do. 1906 Chicago Cubs versus the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. It's going to be good. With that being said, John, thank you so much for stopping by. John and I are neighbors now in Florida. We're in. He's in Boynton Beach in the high-rise district. We're in the low-rent district. He's in the high-rent district.
Right, yeah. Don't believe him.
With that being said, folks, we're looking forward to a great new year. 2024 was amazing. You know how many viewers and listeners? Can I say this?
It's impressive. You can't.
Why not?
You have to say it.
Between audio and YouTube and video at all the different platforms, we're at just about 700,000 people for the year. Not bad.
That's good.
And we were up about 30% from the year before, so we're happy.
Great.
With that being said, we love you guys. Happy collecting.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.